Yo, it's your boy Mambo, the Big Dog Command Room. Man, this was a tough one, bro. This one really hurt. Like, um, we still got a lot. We still got, of course, we still got a lot of work to do, but we just gotta. We this is things that we gotta win. You know what I'm saying? It's about to boost, like, Vikings confidence and all that stuff. We really should have beat them. There's no reason why we should have lost to them, bro. Like, we was up by 2 scores. We did what we needed to do. We didn't finish. We didn't step on their neck. We didn't, like, finish it off. This one hurt, man. I wanted us to win so bad. Y'all seen in my pregame how bad I wanted us to win. And we really should have, like, you know what I'm saying? It really should have been like 24 to 20 or 24 to 17, something like that. But woulda, coulda, shoulda, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Tough loss. Defense, man. Except for them, like, the last couple drives. Well, actually, I can't even say last. It was like the last drive, like when they was able to score that touchdown. Other than that, like, y'all played lights out, man. Like, shout out to y'all, bro. Kudos. Jack Del Rio, we had a good game plan. Everybody, like, really balled out from, like, it was a whole team effort on the defensive side, like, from the D line all the way back to the secondary, like, you know what I'm saying? And that's what makes it hurt so bad, because it's like we're starting to see our defense play like crazy, and we haven't even got Chase Young back in all that, and we doing what we needed to do, man. And it just hurts, like, because it's just like, this is what we've been waiting for the defense, and then we got all these weapons on offense, and we can't even get a first down. You know what I'm saying? It's so frustrating, bro. And I'll say this before we move forward, like, and even before I get to the offense, like, we got to do something about Scott Turner. We got to get rid of him. It's no question. Like, he's still calling the same old plays. Like, it's just like, okay, all of this is working. It's working now. Let me go back to the plays that I like. No, throw those plays away. Them screens are not working. Them little, you calling our running back draw, like, just randomly, like, lazily. No. If you want to run the ball and do some design runs, do that. Don't do them. You're not catching nobody by surprise by those things. Like, maybe just lull them to sleep and call that one. Don't be calling them 3-4 times a game, like, okay, RB draw. Like, I saw that about 3-4 times, like, literally. And okay, they gonna work a couple times, but after a while they gonna adjust. You know what I'm saying? They're players, like, they're not robots or something like that. Like, oh, well, what did you just call that? I didn't even notice it, or something like that. Or it's like, it's not like you're not playing against Madden, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they adapt, and, like, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I seen this formation, I see how he's aligned, how close he is to the quarterback, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, these players are smart, bro. Like, so. Anyway, I'm not talking about them. Defensive line, once again, great job. Y'all held it down. They held Dalvin Cook to 48 yards. Kudos, man. I did what y'all had to do, man. I want to look at how many sacks we had. I know it was probably like 3, probably. It wasn't that many. But Deron Payne, pay that man. Gotta stop playing with him. Pay that man. Doing his thing. Week in, week out, bro. I think he has like 5 sacks now. So we held Dalvin Cook to 47 yards. And they only had 56 yards as a team. Justin Jefferson had 10 yards. He had that, like, jet sweep thing, which I was mad about because got on the edge. We really should have stopped him there. And then like somebody had 1 yard and another Kirk Cousins had -2 yards. It probably was just a sack, whatever he was trying to do. You know. And even though Justin had 115 yards, Benjamin St. Juste guarded him well. Like, you know, he had them couple catches in the beginning of the game. I think Benjamin St. Juste had to be kind of more aggressive attacking the ball instead of, like, you know, focusing on guarding him. But that's kind of his play style. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's going to be handsy and he's going to play the player. And like, you know, he's just starting to learn to kind of play the ball. I'm going to get to him. But that touchdown, it was just like, that touchdown was just a really good catch and pass by him. You know, Benjamin St. Juste could be in better coverage and stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna get back to the D-line. I got sidetracked. D-line. So, of course, Deron Payne had a sack. Benjamin St. Juste had a sack. I'm just like, I gotta go back to that. My boy Benjamin St. Juste. We gonna get back to that. I swear Jonathan Allen. I thought Jonathan Allen had it. As much as Jonathan Allen was in the backfield, I thought he had a sack. I know he had a tackle for loss. He had 2 tackles for loss. And that was it. Like, it's 2 total tackles, and it was tackles for loss, and they were crazy. And he had a lot of QB hits. He had 4 QB hits. And as much as he was in the backfield, I thought he had them. But J. Smith Williams, like, you know, Montez Sweat, like the whole team, everybody was back there, like, you know what I'm saying. They had Kirk Cousins under the rest like the whole game, and that was really what we needed, you know what I'm saying. Especially us going against some, like, you know, top receivers like Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen, and even T.J. Hockenson. Like, man, I don't want to talk about shoulda, coulda, wouldas, or, like, you know, if this player wasn't there, or, you know what I'm saying, if so and so forth. But them getting T.J. Hockenson killed us. Like, he was cooking us. Really, if he didn't get so many, how much did he? He had to have like a good 70 yards, bro. Like, T.J. Hockenson, 70, literally 70 yards, like on the dot. Like, that's crazy. Adam Thielen, 67. And like I said, even Justin Jefferson with 115 was like, I feel like we played him better than, for what it's worth. Like, as good as Justin Jefferson is, I think we played him really well. Like, you know, but if I was gonna say, like, you know, if they didn't have T.J. Hockenson, then like we probably would have played. We definitely would have won this game. But he's there, so we can't. It's reality, so we can't say that. You know, he killed us, and it was a great pickup by the Lions by getting him. You know, linebackers, man. Jamin, I'm so proud of my man. Like, he's really stepping up, especially in Cole Holcomb's absence. Some tackles for loss. You know, a batted pass. Like, you know, that really could have been a pick by Deron Payne. Like, man, he was just doing his thing. Like, you know, I'm just happy to see that. Even John Bossler had a good play, like a really explosive play. Like, you know what I'm saying, and tackled the guy like there was nobody who was gonna be around. I think it was to Dalvin Cook, and he just came in and knocked him down, which we really needed, because Dalvin Cook in open space is really dangerous. None of the linebackers outside of those two stood out. Mainly was Jamin. Dejon Harris had 4 tackles, so that's good. I don't know. It wasn't that many. Like, you know, John Bosley had 5 tackles, 2 solos, so really good. Secondary, Kendall Fuller. You know what I'm saying? We need to keep you on all the white wide receivers. I'm just playing. Just kidding. But, you know, he did good. probably his best game this whole year. Just all together, he didn't get burnt. Well, he did. He did one time. That was in the beginning of the game. Uh, like they motioned Justin Jefferson to the other side. And as soon as he motioned, I was like, dang. I saw Kendall Fuller on him. I was like, no. Like, I'm like, dang, he about to there gonna catch on him. And sure enough, he got cooked on that. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I think they realized like Kendall Fuller couldn't be on. Like nobody else could guard Justin Jefferson besides Benjamin St-Juste. So I think they fixed that really quick. Um, uh, yeah, man. But he had some great pass defenses against. Uh, he had some great pass defenses against Adam Thielen, and even I think it was Osborne. I think he did, but it was a great game from Kendall Fuller, man. And he even had some other plays. Like he had, oh yeah, beginning of the game, first game, first first play of the game, he had a good run defense, like tackle for loss, which was really good. Yeah, man. Bobby McCain played solid. He did his thing. He was in the backfield a lot. I really like him in that kind of slot corner position, safety, whatever that he's doing, where he's blowing up screens and kind of coming down, around the line of scrimmage. Even with him in his backfield, like what I'm saying, he hasn't really been that terrible. A lot of the big plays have kind of been one-on-one matchups where it's like a few assignments and it's kind of underneath where he's like nowhere near it. So I couldn't be mad at that. Safeties, Cam Curl, Cam Curl is doing Cam Curl things. Fortunately, like it was nobody really being able to check C.J. Hawkinson. He's just a big dude, like what I'm saying, a big tight end, and he was cooking us. Cam was like in the kind of like that only player around him. Like anytime he would catch the ball, like he would be the one tackling. 11 tackles, 8 solo. Shout out to Cam for being the green dot the past couple weeks with Cole Holcomb out. I know it's a lot on his plate. He hasn't really disappointed like that. But it's just like, there was still a lot of plays on him. But, it is what it is. Cam's a good player, and we know it's not like so much him being out of position. It's just a better play. And I don't know what's up with him in these wheel routes, like with running backs, but this is the second time that he's gotten cooked. But it's not like he's out of position. It's just like a really, really good play. That was like a crazy play in the back of the end zone with Kirk Cousins and Dalvin Cook. And Dalvin Cook is just a dog. Like, so it's just like, it is what it is. Yeah, man. Shout out to Cam, man. Defoe played well. Devo kind of semi-caused the incompletion with Justin Jefferson down the field, which was cool. Other than that, all the safeties played well. The defense just as a whole played well. When I say like from the defensive line all the way back, they gave us a chance the whole game. Like they literally kept the Vikings within down by 7. They kept the Vikings with 7 points for 3 quarters, like 2.5 quarters on some stuff. And I think they didn't score. I think they had scored 10 to the 4th quarter. Let me see before I just be saying anything. When did they score that 4th quarter? Yeah, they didn't score till the 4th quarter. So they kept them within 7. They kept them with 7 points for 3 quarters. That's amazing. Like, and the Vikings, they don't have an explosive offense. Yes, they do actually. What am I saying? You know what I'm saying? With Justin Jefferson and all these other players, Dalvin Cook, like, yeah, they got the quarterback for it. Like, for us to hold them within 7 is amazing. Benjamin St-Juste guarded the mess out of Justin Jefferson for what it's worth. He only had one really big play. I wish I could find that jank. I don't even know what quarter it was in. I know it was in the second half though. Um, I don't know. I'm not gonna find it. I didn't see um, I didn't see the release or anything like that because a lot of times if Benjamin St. Juste is burnt, it's more so like he didn't get a hand on the receiver, off the line of scrimmage, or he just was like, kind of like just was not prepared. I feel like that play was kind of like, how like sometimes you just as a receiver, you just see like the cornerback is lacking, like you just like, all right, like what I'm saying, let's stop playing with it. You just catch them, and one time they let kind of low to sleep, and that's what it kind of looked like. It just kind of got him, because Justin Jefferson is that dog, like, and he's just like just took off on him and got him that one time. But Benjamin St. Juste luckily had enough closing speed to kind of like stop him before he just scored an outright touchdown. And I think we held him within 3. I think that was okay. I think that was the field goal drive. Now that I just thought about it, that drive was so crazy. That drive was crazy. That's the drive. So this is the drive when Benjamin St. Juste almost got the interception. And for what it's worth, I know it sounds crazy, like I'm kind of going against my team, but that was a pass interference. Like, Benjamin St. Juste couldn't guard him any better. Only thing that he could have done is just like, instead of grabbing his jersey, just like have his hands on him. Because if he just had his hands on him instead of just grabbing him, that's an interception. That's a pick 6. Like, you know what I'm saying? You couldn't guard that man any better. Because it's like, where is he going to go? You got him defended on the sideline. He has nowhere to go. You got him pinned against the sideline. You got his inside leverage. I mean, you got inside leverage. Like, great play. But then you grab him and he calls a pass interference. So, like, it's fair. But I loved that play. Like, seeing him get a pick and, like, and run it back and get that confidence. Like, that was amazing, man. And then the very next play, he ends up getting a sack and kind of making up for all those penalties and stuff like that. So, it was just like, great job, man. Like, 2 back-to-back plays. Really love to see this star that he's becoming and really stepping up. And then the very next play, he got sacked for 30 yards like that. Oh, no, not 30 yards. 8 yards, I'm sorry. So he made up like half of the penalty and stuff. But then, and then Danny Johnson had a good play. He made a stop, good tackle down the middle. And then Justin Jefferson catches the ball for 47 yards, like, from Kirk Cousins. So really all the plays was like going on Benjamin St. Juste, which was crazy. But with all that, we ended up keeping them. Within the field goal. Like, the defense was really bend no break. Like, but you can't do that, like, the whole game. Like, it's like, it's only so much you could do if the offense is not doing anything. That's pretty much it for the defense. If I can remember anything, I'll go back to it. Or I'll just cover it in, week 9 reflections. After a certain point, I stopped taking notes because I was just so kind of stressed about the game. I was just kind of locked in. Is what it is. But offense, like, needless to say, man, like I said before, this game just okay. Fair enough. I'm a Heineke fan, but this game is on Heineke. Like, that interception really changed the game and it lost it for us literally. Like, what I'm saying. I mean, there's other factors that I'll get into in a second, but literally he lost his game for us, man. Unfortunately, like, he was playing decent and well enough to like keep us in the game, but really, like, that was just something that we couldn't do. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have no margin for error because they're a good team, and we can't do that against good teams. Like, what I'm saying? We can't make mistakes with good teams. So that's what that was. Scott Turner is holding this offense back. It don't matter what quarterback we have back there. We can have, who's the top? We can have Josh Allen back there, and right now, the way we are calling plays and the way we're executing, we're not going to beat nobody. Like, what I'm saying? So something has to be done. Ron, you have to do something because this is not cutting it. What are we gonna do? If you want to go to the playoffs so bad, you want to stay in here. We're not gonna bow down and fall out or whatever. Like, if you want to go to the playoffs and you want to win a playoff game, what do you think we're gonna do? You know what I'm saying? All this running from sideline to sideline is not getting nowhere. We need to run up the field. Like, it's not cutting it. These screens are not cutting it. Nobody is going out there to block. You have to just abandon that for a minute. Like, you know, till you get, either you get some linemen that's back healthy, or, you know what I'm saying, you just figure out a way to execute that better. But for right now, we need to scrap all those screenplays. I didn't, and the good thing was I didn't see that many screenplays as far as like wide receivers, like, you know, like he usually does. But still, like, you know, they're just like, if they get blown up, they're wasted plays. Like, you know, it's no, we need to get positive yards. We can't be getting tackles for losses. I always thought screenplays were kind of dumb. It sounds stupid, but I mean, when I play Madden, I don't call screenplays unless it's like a running back screenplay, because I like those. But and me being a running back, but if it's I don't call them because it's like they're already behind the line of scrimmage, so it's kind of dumb. Like, you know, if they get blown up, it's just not a good thing. So, anyways, even just simple, like, it was kind of a mixture of him and Heineke. It was just like, we would just need 5 yards, we just need 7 yards, we just need 1 yard, and we just, like, Heineke getting a little greedy, looking downfield too much, and instead of just getting the first down, like, you know, right there, Gibbs, like that third and 1 or 4th and 1, when we, instead of we just going trying to get that 1 yard, like when we get out the formation, we get out the snap, and everybody rolls out. If you hit Gibbs on time, like, you know, that's the first down, because he's right there. You don't have to throw it to Terry. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get you wanting to get positive yards looking downfield, but just get the first down. That's all we need. You know what I'm saying? And Scott Turner or whoever got to tell him that. You know, and it's funny because it's like, I like that play. I feel like if we would have ran that last week against the Colts, even though we beat the Colts, if we would have ran that last week when we had that 4th and 1, that would have worked. And we did the reverse and then did the did that run with Brian Robinson this drive, then we probably would have got it. But hindsight is 2020, and like I said, we can't do shoulda, coulda, wouldas, whatever. But it was just like so many times where it was like all we had to do was get 5 yards, and we just made it complicated. Balls getting batted down. I mean, it's, you know, part of that is on the offensive line. Like, you gotta swat their hands down. Like, that's part of your job too, to swat players' hands down. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it was just really good play, really good. A couple of them, one was like a really, really good play by Zadarius Smith. Like, he went up and he hit the vertical, like the NFL Combine vertical on it to get it down. Like, it's just so much. Like, you know, so many plays I was frustrated with. And it was just kind of a combination. Like, and then the main thing that was hindering it a lot was the offensive line. Like, you know what I'm saying? The shout out to the I want to say Green Bay. Shout out to the Vikings defense. Like, you know, we really could have put up real major points against them. Like, for real. Even though they had a really good game plan to keep Heineke contained. He didn't really get out the pocket that much. He couldn't really escape when the pressure came in. It was really their front seven that did well. But, like, yeah, man, like, you know, it was one of the main things we couldn't execute was because our offensive line couldn't block. Cornelius Lucas was getting cooked. Andrew Norwell looking crazy. I don't know, man. It was just bad. Like, you know, everybody was getting cooked at one point, especially in the interior. And on the edge, it was just so bad, man. Like, you know, we couldn't execute nothing because if we had plays, I'm sure that, like, when you see the ball fluttering, like there was a receiver open or something, but like we couldn't either get the ball batted down or Heineke couldn't stand in the pocket calmly and throw it. It was just bad. So yeah, man, that was that. Running backs, man. Gibbs. I thought Gibbs was gonna get like 100 yards this game, the way he was running. But then we kept trying to do that 1-2 punch, and Brian Robinson, for whatever reason, when Brian Robinson runs, there's like a guard or a center or something. It's like some trash, like, you know, when he tries to run like down the in the middle, and he never can get, like, you know, get downhill, and then he has to try to bounce it outside. And he's not fast enough to bounce it outside like that. You know what I'm saying? He can get out there, but he's gonna have to make that first guy miss, and then you know, do it. But it's really kind of hard for him, and it's like, it's really frustrating, because it's like we'll do like a running back draw or something like that, and it's always some trash, or like, you know, just a like a run down the middle, like a gut or something like that, and it's like he just can't get it going, and we don't have no push off the ball, and it's like that. But I don't know why. For some reason, when we do that with Gibb, we do an inside run with Gibb. Gibb is going crazy, like going get 8, 9, 10 yards, like on some stuff. So I don't know. Maybe it's just an experience thing. We'll see. Wide receivers, I had no complaints other than Curtis Samuel with that insane. For record, Taylor Heineke is a nut. I love him, but he had no business throwing that, like, you know, ball into triple coverage. That should have been an interception. Like, you know, shout out to the refs for once trying to help us out for one play at least, like, you know what I'm saying. But that should have been a pick. Man was in perfect position, and just like the ref hit the turf. Man, he had no business throwing it. But shout out to Curtis Samuel for concentrating, locking in, and getting that ball. Shout out to Terry. You know, we had a Logan Thomas sighting, John Bates sighting, like, you know, like Dax Milne got his first touchdown. That was some positive stuff. Man, what else? Cam Sims had a play. It was, yeah. And the crazy thing is, like, Curtis Samuel's our leading receiver with 65 yards. That's not good enough. You know what I'm saying? They had 56 yards for Terry. Terry was getting the ball. But our next receiver had 12 yards, 11 yards, like, you know, 6 yards. Like, it's not going to cut it. It's so bad. Taylor Heineke had 149 yards. I was looking at him like, ain't no way he had more than 200 yards. That's sick. Like, you know, and it's like until Scott Turner just really reinvents himself and redevelops this, like, he's going to hold us back, and we're not going to be able to do anything. Even if we get Carson Wentz back or whatever, until we get his O-line fixed, until he calls better plays, we're not going to do anything. And it's like, at this point in the season, it's like, what else can we do? Eric Flowers is not coming here. So, like, it's nothing we can do. You're gonna have to adjust and figure this out and get this done, or you gotta go. I don't care about your 3-year contract. We should fire you, and you just get your payments at home, like, you know what I'm saying? Cause it's not cutting it, bro. You can't wait till everything perfect for you to, like, you know, because it's not gonna happen. It's not real how life works. It's not how the NFL works. It's not how football works. So it's not cutting it, bro. 149 yards. Not your quarterback, whether he's has the arm talent or the focus or the skill or what you want or not, like, you know what I'm saying, it's not gonna work, bro. Like, you know. So it is what it is. It's really, I say, a level of blame. Scott Turner, Taylor Heineke. Well, Taylor Heineke, Scott Turner, O-line, and John Bridgeway. He's definitely not even honorable mention. He's up there, you know, because we had them. We had them like literally, and because I was thinking about it. And I'm like the young guy. He doesn't flash, but he does his job. Old country dude, you know what I'm saying, does his thing. You know, but that was just bonehead, because it's like we had so much time. We had like 1:40, even though we didn't have no timeout. Ron Rivera, it was no reason to call that daggone challenge. It was like because you could have called a challenge early in the game. Like, it was another play, I was like, okay, you could have challenged it, but it's 1 yard. If you can't get 1 yard, then you shouldn't be playing. You shouldn't be coaching in the NFL, or none of the teams should be playing at all. None of the players should be playing at all. But yeah, man, like that was a critical thing. We held them within 3, like again, and then they was able to get the ball back and just run it down. So stupid. This was a tough one, man. This it was so many positives. We had the Danny Johnson, sighting, with the clutch interception, one-handed interception at the end of the first half, like where we really really needed it. Like, I was hoping that we get it. And yeah, man, like we got an interception for once, like and it was just good to see. And the defense played so well. It was just so many positives on both sides. Well, not both sides of the ball, but really on the defensive side of the ball. And it all gets negated because we lost. Like, what I'm saying, it doesn't matter. Just feels like the Titans game again. And we gotta figure it out. We get some reinforcements back next week against the Eagles. I will talk about that more next weekend. But yeah, man, this was a tough one, bro. I'm not too upset because it's like, at least we tried. At least we didn't get blown out the water, whatever. I've seen a lot of positive things, so that's good. But we needed this dub, like, what I'm saying. 5-4 feels a lot better than 4-5. You know what I'm saying? But we're still in this thing. We still gotta keep fighting. You never know how the season's going to roll out, so just gotta keep thugging through it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's pretty much it. I'll talk more about stuff in detail with the week 9 reflections. We halfway through the season. This season's going by fast, but yeah, man, like, comment, subscribe. It's your boy Mambo with the Big Dog Command Room. And until next time, peace, love, and hair grease.